Oh, hi everyone. The excitement from our Masters tournament has me working on my golf game. Oh, and look, our green jacket came in the mail. In true Masters tradition, the winner of the Highland Elementary Masters tournament will get to wear this green jacket. Pretty exciting stuff. You guys did an awesome job this week sending in videos of the parachute you designed and the masks that you put together. And we'll get to the results from hole number 2 and the leaderboard in just a few minutes, but we have a couple announcements first. Let's start with our birthdays for next week. You guys may not know this, but in the United States, it's Assistant Principal Appreciation Week. And while we don't have an assistant principal at Highland, now that we're at home, I've needed a couple extra helping hands to make sure we get through this okay. So I hired an assistant principal, and I want to take a minute to thank him for all that he's done for Highland. That's right, kids. If you've been wondering why everything has been running so smoothly, even though we're not at school together, a big piece of that puzzle has been Assistant Principal Sock Monkey. He's a great listener and always has a smile on his face. He's dependable too. I know that I will always find him right where I last left him, working away for the students and teachers at Highland. Sock Monkey, thanks for all you do. One final piece before we move on to the results from hole number 2. With the weather slowly warming up and all of us being inspired by the Highland Elementary Masters Tournament, I thought it'd be nice to share with you guys some tips to help you improve your golf game. So here are a couple instructional videos. Maybe you can use these to put together some drills in your backyard to make your golf game a little bit better. Here you go. The first tip I have for you will help you hit the ball straight. First, line up your shot. Then pick out an item on the ground a few feet in front of you that lines up with your target and aim for that. Never mind. In fact, just get up there and swing. Try not to think about it too much. Sorry about that, Miss Duvey. We'll get that fixed before we come back to school, I promise. Let's move on to the results from the tournament. Before we look at the results from hole number 2, let's hear from last year's champion, Tiger Woodsardy.
Good luck in the Masters tournament. I can't wait to put this jacket on someone.
As you can see, we've had a change atop the leaderboard as Mrs. Irwin's Infernos had a huge second round, scoring 20 points. And they now have an 8-shot lead over Mrs. Petrie's Panthers, who had another solid day, earning 12 points. Mrs. Briggs's other Bobcats and Mrs. McDonough's Monkeys had another consistent day today, shooting another 9. They are in the running. Mrs. Dehan's Dazzlers, probably our biggest climbers of the day, they shot a 12 after a disappointing 5 in round 1, and they are in the hunt. As you can see, it's a tight race with many holes to go. Let's check out the follower board as well. We have some highlights coming up from hole number 2, but before we show those, let's take a look at hole number 3 in the challenge ahead next week. Write a poem about your teacher. Poetry is often used to express appreciation and admiration. write a poem about your teacher doing just that. We will give bonus points if you record yourself reading the poem to your teacher. Also, bonus points if you research a specific style of poetry and follow that model. Be sure to include the style that you choose in your submission. And finally, you'll receive bonus points if you submit an additional poem about another staff member beyond your classroom teacher. So a couple examples: Mrs. Hobson, Mr. Stretch, Nurse Mary, Miss Shannon, etc. Lots of options there. Submit your poems to Mr. Swaggerty by Wednesday night, and we will see the results next week. Okay, that's it from us, everybody. We wish everyone good luck this week with hole number 3, and let's check out some highlights from last week's submissions.
This is the official 8. Good work! My project, this is Swaggerty to put it on tape on this.
Yeah.
Woo! This is Julia.
I could lift you up. I could show you what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. You could be my luck. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. I could lift you up. I could show you what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. You could be my luck. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. We're 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 safe and sound.
It's pretty tasty in Harry Potter the King. I wonder if Harry Potter will fly.
All right.
Yep. Go. Two, one, go.
It'll save you and keep you safe from any violent ways. Bye bye. Stay safe. We miss you.
Here's Mrs. Wickham dropping her parachute.
Stay safe and healthy.